give him a better game. So Sean, go ahead and jump into Benzio when that becomes available, and we'll spectate from Josh first, and then we'll go ahead and hop over to Declan the next match.
That sounds good.
All right, everybody, if you're sticking with us, thank you so much. I bring to you the championship match of our Extinction 1 tournament.
You asked for it.
All right, I see he's going with the warrior first.
Interesting lead here. I think Josh has an idea that Warrior is probably his best overall matchup, and he kind of wants to see if he can, take this thing in 3 straight games.
Especially if he can get the quest activated.
Absolutely.
Which might be a good against the Mage, which is a slower deck overall.
Exactly. Much easier to pull off. Mage can't deal with the amount of armor that Warrior puts up, and the 8 damage every turn. I mean, no class can keep up with that. So what do you think, Sean? Do you think Dirty Rat is the play here?
I definitely think so. Looks like it ended up just fine for him.
Absolutely, yeah, I agree. Oh, not being able to deal with this Blood Mage from turn 1 may come back to haunt Josh. And that Frostbolt, even at 1 extra damage, seemed to put in a lot of work.
Though it looks like he has some good options for setting up a taunt later. We'll have to see. So, John, what do you think Josh's best options are for dealing with the mage spells that are sure to be coming? There's going to be Flame Strike, Fireball.
I think as a taunt,
what's Joshua's best?
I think as a taunt warrior player, you have to understand and accept that Mage, they're always going to have removal. They're going to be able to deal with whatever minion you throw out there with whatever spell they have. So I think it'd be wise for Josh to stack up on armor as quickly as possible. Drag this game out as long as you can, because Mage is going to be unable to keep up with 8 damage a turn over and over. Even if they have the ice block, if you can keep your armor intact where they can't kill you with Pyroblast, the die insect is just going to be able to wear him down too quickly.
Well, Alley Armor Smith is certainly a good option for getting some armor out there.
Most definitely.
Dealing with it.
Now, putting up a secret, do you think that's probably Ice Block, or do you think that's probably Ice Barrier?
I'm guessing it's Ice Barrier. The one that grants 8 armor.
Right, that's it.
I'm guessing that's what it is. Like I said, Declan is very good with pacing it out, though he might have just wanted to get it out of the way early.
And one of the advantages of putting Ice Block up early is that you're guaranteed to activate Medivh's Valet, because you always have a secret there.
That's a very good point.
Josh looks like he's taking... Go ahead.
Though he needs to get something on the board to deal with the armor smith, because the longer that thing's alive, the more armor it's going to generate. Exactly.
We see Josh gaining just about 9 armor that turn, but hey, a meteor will take care of that, right?
That'll do the job.
Armor Smith was able to stay alive and continue to get armor as both minions were damaged. Ping and Fireball. Yep, and there it is. That's all that minion removal that we've been talking about. I'm going to hover over Josh's quest here, and after this hatchling, he's only got 2 more minions to play before he has the quest completed. Unfortunately, he doesn't have any more taunt minions left in hand either.
Get in line.
There's Fireland's portal. So hopefully, this will all depend on if he hits a taunt minion here in the next couple turns.
Absolutely.
Right now, he doesn't have too many options.
If you're Josh, do you Whirlwind here to activate your own Acolyte?
That's a hard decision either way. You know, as you can see, he ended up using the shield slam. Not a bad idea at this point, especially since he has another one in hand at the moment.
Exactly. I think the Whirlwind's a decent option only because you're guaranteed to get 2 draw out of Acolyte. Right now, if Declan just Frostbolts it, you only get 1 draw. And I think Josh needs to draw through his deck consistently right now to hit those taunt minions.
That's a very good point. And here he comes with the Whirlwind.
There it is. And it looks like it paid off for him. He was able to draw the Curator, which is going to draw not only the Dragon from deck, but also the 2 Matriarchs that he was able to shuffle into his deck as well.
Exactly. And they have a little bit of power. Definitely doing some good right about now.
The menagerie is for guests only.
It's hard to tell who has the upper hand in this fight, only because Josh has such a great position and he's 1 minion from completing the quest. But can you ever really count Mage out of a matchup?
Oh, no, you cannot. You know, it's still definitely anyone's game. Both of them still have plenty of cards in hand. You know, right now it's looking like Declan has a good setup, especially with the corrupted heal bot about to come into action next turn.
Yep, Josh is going to go ahead and drop that Primordial Drake. Not a bad play here, but at the same time, it doesn't really get rid of a whole lot of minions until he drops to sleep with the fishes, that is.
There it comes.
That's a great removal that Taunt Warrior has between the Primordial Drake and then Sleep with the Fishes. You're doing 5 damage of AoE. So good.
Exactly. Oh, here come the spells.
Oh, always. Never enough spells with Mage, am I right?
Oh no, there can always be more. And here they come.
Now I see that a 1-cost draw 2 is a pretty good spell here.
And here comes more.
Never enough, right? Never enough.
And this late game is where the Mage really starts to shine. And right now, it is definitely anyone's game, since it is so important to be able to rack up some damage on the Mage in the early game. Though, of course, Josh also has his quest that's about to activate. So really, both of them are in a pretty good position right here.
And it's going to be interesting to see who ends up really sweeping in this late game, because Josh is about to start firing off those die insects, and that's going to do 8 damage. And if Josh plays his cards right, you're looking at 8 damage to face turn after turn.
Exactly. And then near comes more taunt minions, and that's definitely going to be able to keep some of that damage off of it. And
How
the mage can
interesting.
still rely on spells, but it might not be enough to do the damage that it needs, especially with Josh at full health.
Now, what do you think about that choice? Josh opted not to go straight for equipping his weapon and getting the die insect ready. Instead, he decided to put more taunt minions on the board.
I personally would have done the same thing. He does have a good taunt minion in hand now, 2 of them. Yeah, he has plenty of options for prolonging the game. Right now, I think it's more important to be able to establish dominance on the board so that he's able to rack up that damage that he needs.
Sure, absolutely.
And there goes the ice barrier.
And here they come. Here come the die insects. It's 8 damage every single turn. Essentially, he's got 39 health with the 9 armor. Oh, but the gluttonous ooze, though.
Yep, very nice play there. Have to see how this ends up. Of course, Declan is going to need to be able to prolong the match somehow. He needs to have minions on the board because he's going to be either him or his minions are going to be taking 8 damage per play.
Right. And Josh has got the Fiery War Axe to clear this ooze off the board, and nothing to stop the die insect.
A game? So kind of you to join me.
Now here's an interesting play. Just dropping the Medivh, looking to get minions based off of the spells that he's going to start casting pretty soon.
Which is the best option he has right now.
Die Insect is going to target down that Medivh, and Josh is going to start swinging away at face.
Now it's going to be hard to break through all of those taunt minions. Though he does have Atish.
I think it's pronounced AT-ish, but I mean, what do I know?
We'll just call it purpley lightningy thing.
Purpley lightningy thing. I like it, Sean.
Right. So he's going to use the purpley lightningy thing several times to be able to put some minions on the board, and a lot of it is going to depend on how powerful of spells he's going to be using.
So if you're Declan, do you go ahead and just Pyroblast right here just to get a 10 minion on the 10 cost minion on the board?
Exactly, and it would probably be the best way to get rid of the Direhorn Matriarch as well.
Exactly. Unfortunately, he doesn't get exactly what he needs. Discovering the Blizzard from Primordial Glyph effectively made it a 4-cost spell, so getting a 4-cost minion in the form of Bright Eye Scout, not exactly the best 4-cost minion you could hope for. Die insect. Targets down the minion.
Another high health minion. This is going to be hard to break through. But, like you said before, you can never ever count a mage out of a fight.
Never. They just have way too many resources, way too much damage.
And here comes Flame Strike. As someone who frequently plays Paladin, you can guess that I'm not exactly fond of Flame Strike. And what did we say? Never ever count a mage out.
Never. And thankfully, I mean, Josh has got the shield slam there. That's going to effectively get rid of that minion. And don't look now, but I mean, Declan is starting to run low on resources. He's down to 4 cards in hand, down to 4 health.
Well played.
Giving the well-played sign out to Josh.
Of course, he does have one more turn to figure things out with that secret activated.
Oh, always.
You might have another one of those in hand, too. Be able to prolong it a little further.
I bring life.
Okay, so Alex Straza going to go and target down Josh, bringing his health down to 15, but keeping the 5 armor.
Two pyromancers, and it's game over. And has he used those yet?
We have not seen a pyroblast from Declan.
I'm almost out of cards.
And there's the first one. And there's the next.
I mean, one thing also to keep in mind, Declan only has 1 card left in deck. So after this turn, he will start to take fatigue damage, and Ice Block does not protect players from fatigue.
And there goes the armor. But I believe he's used both of his fireballs at this point. Am I correct?
You are correct. He has used both fireballs and both frost bolts as well.
More than likely going to come down to next turn. Gonna have to see who comes out on top.
I'm out of cards.
I will crush you.
Made to fit.
And that's going to be it. What a way to go out, am I right?
Exactly. Good game.
Alright, Sean, I have updated the scoreboard. We're going to go ahead and now spectate things from Dom's side, or from Declan's side. So we'll go in and spectate Hyperboy 13. And stream should be nice and updated here. Yep.
Moon give me strength.
All right, Sean, I'm
what-
gonna leave you in more than capable of running it. I will be right back, good friend.
All right. Which match do I go to?
Go ahead and spectate the Hyperboy 13s.
Where I'll be.
All right, I shall be right back.
Once upon a time.
job's done.
I hope all of you enjoy it. I know I wouldn't. And looks like we're about pretty even. Going into turn 2. A little early. But we'll have to see what he does with it. Fiery War Axe can't kill it this turn, which is important. Definitely nice to have something on the board. Oh, very nice play. Especially since Josh doesn't have any minions at the moment. It's going to be very hard for him to deal with. Let's see how he does it. Very good shield slam. So against a priest, it might not be a great idea to get that out of the way. Priest has a lot of high health minions that are going to be a lot of trouble for him to deal with. And Declan going into turn 5 has good advantage. There goes the armor smith. Excellent play. Definitely the best move he could have made.
The menagerie is for guests only.
Both players still have plenty of options. And I have to see how this turns out. Another Twilight Drake out there. Definitely a good time to use it. Well, Josh is going to need some kind of board clear right now. Otherwise, he's in trouble. And there it is. Doesn't everyone just love Brawl?
Is someone injured?
All right. Getting Northshire out there. And have to see if Josh is going to use his remaining War Axe to take care of that. Yep. Getting rid of that early. Another great removal card. Looks like Declan's got himself the advantage again.
Alrighty, I am back, and it seems like, while the Mage Taunt Warrior matchup was heavily in Taunt Warrior's favor, it seems like Control Priest and Warrior, Priest almost has the upper hand in that match. Would you agree?
Oh, definitely. Deckles has done a very good job of using his removal spells effectively, getting rid of Armor Smith early, rid of the the remember I'm not so great with cards. So he was able to get rid of both of those cards effectively and set up a good advantage. Definitely has plenty of cards in hand.
Oh, I'm right. Makes you wonder what Josh has and what Josh's plan is. Because he's in quite a difficult position here. Do we know, let's take a look, what his spell count is at? Looks like he just needs 2 more. I mean, at 10 mana, that's most definitely possible.
Armor made to
Still, at this point, with no armor, it's going to be hard for him to stay alive long enough,
Correct.
even with 8 damage per turn. So Declan's debating a little bit on which one to pick. Which option do you think he should go with, John?
I probably would have gone with the Direhorn Matriarchy as well. I don't see how Taunt Warrior can deal with it effectively outside of using maybe Execute. Even if he would have Die Insect, the 9 health, that's not enough to take for a Die Insect to take care of it. And there it is. Josh has done the quest. He's got Sulfuris in his hand now.
And man, play it. So
Yeah.
Die Insect is going to
And land on the minion here. Makes for an interesting next play. Oh, Declan drawing
ends up
into the Shadow Visions.
playing a taunt of his own. And that's another one. That's another with 9 health that Die Insect won't be able to completely eliminate.
We've got to hope that Josh has an Executor, else he's not going to be able to take care of it, unless of course he crashes his Direhorn into it. But at that point, you're using a lot of damage unnecessarily.
That was a good play right there.
That was a great play. He's still a little low
and
on
Die
health.
Insect targets the minion.
He's still a little low on health here, but
But definitely in a better position than he was. Especially with that 4/8 taunt. I think a lot of this is going to come down to which the RNG gods decide to target.
And he is absolutely sniping these minions with his die insect. We're starting to see the taunt warrior and Josh just heavily swing this in his favor. All these die insects have really been able to take care of everything the priests have been able to lay down.
And now Josh has the upper hand in health. So Declan's gonna have to come up with something.
Dragonfire Potion is a pretty good way to get rid of that, but at the same time, the Armor Smith. Okay, and the Greater Healing Potion.
There we go.
So he'll be able to prolong the game for a little bit longer.
Sharp gadgets and steel.
And goes the other armor smith.
And back down to 10 health. It's like Declan's drowning and barely able to keep his head above the water here.
A couple more taunt minions. Another good removal of the armor smith. We'll have to see which one die insect chooses to smite this time.
Ah, and there's the execute coming out.
There.
This jungle hides many secrets.
One last Hail Mary. See if the oh, nothing that the Pat can use, and that's gonna be game. Josh is going to take a two deck lead here, taking out Declan's Mage and his Priest with the Taunt Warrior. And we did not get to see this last time from Josh, because last time his Taunt Warrior was left much to be desired in terms of draw power. Didn't draw any of the cards that he needed early game. But I'm going to go ahead and leave this match and go spectate from Josh's side again.
Come on, phone. Let me leave.
So this is it, folks. This could be it. The elimination game in the championship of the first ever Hearthstone Trinitarian Gaming Tournament Extinction 1. Deckles versus Whisper. And goodness gracious, it's going to be a close one.
And is this back in... Which one is this? I apologize that you have to keep the mic.
Oh, no worries. Go ahead and let's go spectate Benzio.
All right. All right, it's mentally preparing. Finding a good seat. And
All right.
whoa. Already definitely a great setup so far for Declan on turn 2.
Yeah, Josh got real unfortunate. He played the dirty rat on turn 2 and just dragged out the fire elemental. Josh forced to use a sleep on, with the fishes on there.
Dark Reaper, great way to set up a little bit of protection.
Oh, and he was able to discover the Alley Armorsmith. Another Alley Armorsmith, one of the best taunt minions in the game.
and going to be able to both the Stone Defender this turn, get in a little bit.
And he'll drop the alley armorsmith right there. Perfect.
And see what Declan does.
He's thinking long and hard about this move here.
Something is a possibility, apparently. And it is a possibility again. We know this already. There we go.
Pain speak to me.
Not a bad play by Josh. Able to get a card draw from the Acolyte of Pain and get rid of one of Declan's minions there.
Though that Flame Tongue totem is definitely going to be causing him lots of pain.
Josh into another alley armorsmith. All right. Declan doing a great job of being able to keep a board despite all of these removals and taunts that Josh keeps throwing out there.
Josh definitely has a good setup for next turn.
Using the Hot Spring Guardian to heal the Flame Tongue totem.
That's going to hurt.
And out comes Patches. Wow.
As I like to call him a small Murloc middle finger.
Oh, Josh is going
Good
straight for the
removal.
brawl here.
I'd be sure not to stack up too many minions in Warrior. Oh. Good outcome.
Mage is fit.
And just like that, neutral board.
Interesting, going with the Calamos and going with the deal 6 damage to the enemy hero. Maybe Declan just thinks he can finish this thing off real soon. Doesn't want to waste time with healing himself or putting more minions on his board.
Might have a point. Josh has used several removals.
Sharp gadgets and steel.
And hero power, alright.
Great play by Declan, getting rid of the armor
Yeah,
smash. He'll be able to
absolutely.
do full 7 damage this turn.
It's an easy play for Josh to just drop the Primordial Drake here. Yep. And Asleep with the Fishes will come out. Nope, just got an armor up.
Though the will not be able to kill Calamos on its own. It's going to be a problem for Josh unless he has another option to bring it down.
Well, this is setting up for another Primordial Drake for Josh.
And
And
another
if
very
he,
easy play right there.
go right into Sulfuris.
Though Declan does have plenty of life left. It's going to take a while to be able to whittle his health down.
True.
Especially with the golem summoning able to get minions on the board.
Now, I wonder how Declan's going to deal with that.
That's not going to be easy, especially since he's used several of his removal spells in the last several turns.
He does have 1 Hex left in deck. So that'll be an interesting thing if he wants to burn it on that. If he even has it. Uh-oh. I think Declan's just running out of steam here.
Well, Josh doesn't have too much offensive power himself, besides from the Sulfuris. And there's no guarantee that that'll be able to do face damage.
Right. He can go ahead and make a couple trades here and then hit whatever's left with Sulfuris. Or he can just simply go Sleep with the Fishes to guarantee the removal.
On Mage.
He's going to not opt for the Sulfuris this turn.
Perhaps he's waiting to see if Declan can bring out some of his larger minions. It looks like he mostly has small in hand.
And that's it. And Declan's out of cards, in hand at least. This is looking more and more like a Josh victory here.
War Axe will definitely help with the elimination of some of those minions. Get Sulfuris able to hit, or it needs to. Trading a couple, get rid of that 6/6. Once again, choosing not to bring Sulfuris.
I don't know what he's saving it for necessarily, but clearly he doesn't think that he needs it right this second. And that's it! Declan's just going to go ahead and concede. And Josh is going to take home the very first Trinitarian Gaming Hearthstone tournament. Wow.
Congratulations.
Congratulations to Josh, just going through and absolutely sweeping Declan, who at this time, Declan hadn't even lost a match at all, little in Swiss, and then in the first round of Top Cut, defeating Joe 3-0, and Josh just comes out, doesn't even let Declan get a game off of him, just completely wipes the floor with Taunt Warrior. And so Taunt Warrior definitely putting in to work this tournament. We've seen a lot of different players run it, and it turned out to be a championship deck with Josh.
Yeah, personally, I think that Taunt Warrior was in the very first match where he faced the Mage, and once he was able to overcome that, his odds of winning definitely shot up.
Oh, most definitely. Absolutely. So a big congratulations to Josh, and well deserved. He came back strong after a really one-sided defeat in round one. He certainly came back strong, stayed focused for round two, and powered through. And now he's our first ever champion of our Hearthstone bi-weekly tournaments, and we're all chasing him now. He's champion now, and he will be until someone comes by and defeats him.
I'm coming for you, Josh.
Oh man, we'll pass along the message to him. I want to thank everybody so much for joining us today. Whether you came for a few minutes or you stayed the whole way, thank you for just having such a great time. I had such an awesome time streaming, commentating on all the matches. Special thanks to all of our players for making this such a great event. Sean, thanks for coming on and commentating on Top Cut with me. That was a lot of fun.
Glad to be here.
We totally got to do it more often, my man.
Oh, yeah.
So I just want to let everybody know before we sign off. Next week, same time, same place, Trinitarian Gaming is going to start bi-weekly friendlies, not tournament style. Just come on by, hang out. We'll have the stream going. I'm sure there'll be beer, and we'll just enjoy ourselves, have a great time, get better at Hearthstone. Every other week after, we're going to be having tournaments. Starting next week, we are going to start having prize money tournaments. A $5 entry we'll start with, and we'll see what people want in terms of prizes. Be on the lookout the day before Knights of the Frozen Throne releases. So by my math, it looks like it's going to be on August 10th. Thursday, August 10th, we will have our first real big official Hearthstone tournament where the winner will take home a handsome reward based on how many entrants we have of Knights of the Frozen Throne packs. That's all we have here for today. Thank you so much for joining us here at Trinitarian Gaming. I'm John Crow. Follow us on Twitter at Trinitarian Gaming, at John Crow. And thank you so much for being with us here tonight as we continue to get better at Hearthstone. Have a good one. Checkmate and well done.